Shalom Yasharal. This is Yalad Yahusha, and I just want to pick up from the last video that I uploaded that deals with times of affliction. To add on a little bit to that, but this will be its own lesson. This is about being healed. A lot of times when we're going through affliction, a lot of times it can be because we have been in sin. So the Most High, He put us in certain predicaments so that we can come of knowledge, that we are in sin and we need to come out of it. And, He's going to discipline us while we're in it. But it's all out of love so that we can come out of it so that we can live righteous. So I want to start off with Sirach. This is Ecclesiasticus. This is part of the Apocrypha. This is Sirach chapter 38. It says, honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which ye may have of him, for Yahuwah has created him. For of the Most High comes healing, and he shall receive honor of the king. So this is talk about a physician, somebody that basically in today's modern term, a doctor. Basically a doctor, somebody that, heals and things of that nature. Now, I want to focus on verse 9. He said, my son, in your sickness be not negligent, but pray unto Yahuwah, and he will make you whole. So, I'm going to read it again. He said, my son, in your sickness be not negligent, but pray unto Yahuwah, and he will make you whole. So, that let us know that in the times of us being sick, we're not whole. We're coming apart. He said, be not negligent. Negligent just simply means rejecting help. He said, do not reject help. When you in your sickness, do not reject help. I want to read on verse 10 because it goes into that so that it's a double way fold. He said to leave off from sin and order your hands aright and cleanse your hearts from all wickedness. Wickedness is not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And we're not just talking about the 10 commandments. There's a lot more. Because a lot of times, homosexuality is not in the 10 commandments. But we know that that is a sin. So somewhere in the first 5 books in the law of Moses, we should be able to find thou should not commit homosexuality. But he said to leave off from sin. So in the times of our sickness, when we're going through sickness and, the Most High, He sent somebody among our way to help us to come out of that sickness, do not reject them. We have to be mindful of that. A lot of times when we're going through things, He's going to send somebody to help us to deliver us from that affliction. So He said to leave off from sin. So first of all, we have to understand what sin is. But before we go there, I want to go to 1 Samuel chapter 15. Because a lot of times we may not know that the Most High sent somebody along our way to help us. And a lot of times we can reject them. They coming with the word. Why should we reject them if they're doing nothing but teaching us the word? The Most High, we never know if the Most High really sent this person or not. So you test the spirit by the spirit, seeing what they're trying to teach you, what they're trying to tell you. See what I'm saying? So this is 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 23. He said, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as in iniquity and idolatry. So rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. So when we are being rebellious to His law, statutes, and commandments, we are committing witchcraft. Yes, you can commit witchcraft without potion and magic and all of that. Because when you're breaking the commandments, the laws is a spiritual thing. So when you're not dealing with his laws, it's a spiritual thing that is going on. And stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry, because you being stubborn to your own ways, you're rejecting the ways of the Most High. So now you committing idolatry because you're going after your own thoughts. You're your own mighty one, your own deity. You're not clinging on to his word as he wants you to, and as we should. So therefore, since you're rejecting his word, we're gonna go to see what he say about that. And a lot of times, if I may say you know, Salaki on that, a lot of times, you know, the message is not, you know, towards anybody. It's for all of us. You know, if we want to reject his word, this is his message for us. He said, Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected the knowledge, I will also reject you. So since we want to reject his laws, statutes, and commandments, he's going to reject us. What else do you think that the Messiah was talking about when he said he's going to tell those, he said, step away from me, those who are lawlessness, those who are without the law? He's going to reject those. This goes into that you shall be no priest to me, seeing you have forsaken the law of your allure, mighty one. He said, I will also forget your children. So those of us who may have children, it's best that we don't reject his laws, because if we do, he's going to reject you and your children. We have to keep that in mind. So I want to, because we're talking about sin right now, I want to get sin, the definition of sin outside of the Bible, so we can have an understanding what that means. This is 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. He said, whosoever commits sin transgresses also the Torah, for sin is the transgression of the Torah. So transgression, the definition of that word is an act that goes against the law. So he's talking about the transgression of the law. In other words, breaking a commandment. When you break a commandment, that is sin. We have to study the first 5 books of Moses, because it goes over a lot of different laws. You have the dietary law that we always break every single day, especially us as Israel, Negroes. We always breaking that. The clothing law, there's a certain way we're supposed to be dressing. You know, the women, you know, you're not supposed to be dressing it in tight clothes and all of that. You're supposed to be covering your bodies up, saving yourself for your husbands or for your future husband, for those that are not married. You know, we're supposed to be wearing our fringes. There's other laws like, you know, keeping the Sabbath holy. There's other laws like the feast days, the treatments of Gentiles. You know, business laws, employment laws, when we do business with one another, when we sell something to another brother or sister. There's laws for a lot of those things. You know, it's more than just the 10 Commandments. So you have to really understand all of the laws, because once you do that, you have an understanding of what may have caused your affliction. Or sometimes we may go through affliction because the Most High wants to test us. Now, I'm gonna pick up. This will be the end of part 1. We're gonna pick up part 2 in the next video.